What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. So I drive a lot. I drive a ton. I actually, believe it or not, I know you guys might not believe this. I have a goal, and I'm going to hit it because I always hit my goals of visiting over 300 vitamin shops by the end of the year. Why? Vitamin Shop is our number one partner for the Outright Bar, for Ambrosia Planta. We love the Vitamin Shop, and I want to meet as many of their health enthusiasts in the store as possible because they're awesome, and also to help support our business and make sure they know that we're here for them. So I drive a lot, but that's not the topic of this video. Topic of this video is gains. Gains. So I'm driving. Actually, I drive. I'm a one-finger driver on the highway because my Yukon, like when it starts going over the lane, it goes, don't go over there. My wife's car is even crazy, starts beeping at you. If you have a Tesla, you don't even got to drive. You're like texting, right? But, Teslas can't go far. It's not going to work for me. I can't sit for an hour at the charging station while my Tesla charges. I got to get gas and go. Worry about the environment later. Let our grandkids deal with that ish, right? I got stuff to do. So anyway, enough about mining for the battery stuff and how that's worse for the environment. Not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about gains. So I'm listening to some Mike Mentzer stuff. I don't know who did the video. I don't know what channel it was on, but it just, how when you let YouTube kind of do its thing, your next video comes up. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, but it's usually not related to fitness. I usually watch Tim Pool and things like that. Like, I'm a fan of Tim. I've been on the show. I love him. I think gives, anyway, enough about that. So anyway, the next video that came up was Mike Mentzer. And he was talking about why people aren't making gains or what holds people back from making gains. And I'm like, well, I'm going to keep this on. Usually when the next video comes on, it's something weird. I listen to Valuetainment, of course, those are good guys, right? I listen to that kind of stuff, Joe Rogan. So, and he goes into how, now Mike Mentzer was a balanced diet kind of guy. He wasn't low carb. He was kind of like, you have a balanced diet. He said, there's only so much you can do with diet. But he said the reason people aren't making gains is because their training is absolute, as Seamus says, shite. Absolute shite, lad. And I agree. So I used to be one of those, especially since I'm literally a guy who does diets for people. Go to marclobliner.com. I'm all about the nutrition coaching. I've been doing it for years. By the way, I have these at tigerfitness.com, the Bubblicious Ghost. They're so good. But anyway, check it out. So the more I look back and the more I think back to the great people I've trained, the great people I've trained with, the people who've turned pro, natural, enhanced, I look at the intensity we trained with, right? I think back to my training session with Kai Green. Wow. You can watch it on this channel. It's like in 2016. I think about way back in the 2010, 2009 range while I was training with WNBF Natural Pro, Kurt Widener, Brian Whitaker. I'm thinking back to all these people who are just specimens, whether they're natural or not. Mike O'Hearn, whether he's natural or not, the guy's a beast. He's reverse grip bench pressing 405 for reps. Then I think to all those moments. And then I think to what we ate afterwards. It would range from a salad to Kai Green eating literally 3 entrees. Like it varied. It varied. And obviously diet is a huge component of how you make gains. But generally speaking, the diets were not always the same. They were different. But there was one thing they did the same. It wasn't how many reps they did. It wasn't how many sets they did. It was the sheer intensity of that training session. Whether it was Ronnie Coleman, whether it was Jay Cutler, whether it was all these magnificent beasts that I've trained with, Dana Lynn Bailey. I look back at it and I think back to all the people I've trained with. And I think back to who got the best results. There is a direct correlation between results and intensity. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it. The intensity was here, the results were here. The intensity was here, the results were here. And then I think recently, like, I've upped my intensity. And I'm actually I just did a podcast. I was just listening to my podcast with Marc from a couple weeks ago. My intensity has gone through the roof. And at 42, going on 43 years old this year, I'm making the best gains I've made since I was in my teens and my early 20s. And then I look at like Seamus, my training partner, Steven, I look at him and, he at 45 is making these crazy gains. And the reason is because we came together. Now we're training with that intensity, right? Because we know we have to compete, me in bodybuilding, he in professional wrestling, real wrestling, not that bullshit they do in high school, real wrestling, right? So he's taking hits, he's taking falls, extreme athletic movements, and the guy is probably in the best shape he's ever been in his life. I've seen the guy transform in front of my eyes, and I know what he eats, and it's nothing special. It's nothing special. It's a balanced macronutrient split. Balanced, gram of protein or a little more per pound of body weight, good amount of carbs, good amount of fat. There's nothing weird about it, nothing special. Then I look at what I do. I eat a lot of carbs, but I also supplement with, I take fish oil every day, and I eat beef. I eat some fats. I eat 4 whole eggs every morning. I'm definitely not one of those guys who's on some crazy, this is my secret, I went on the carnivore diet. Well, and then you look at Dr. Sean Baker, who's fucking amazing. He's the carnivore diet guy, right? And I look at his physique and I'm like, holy shit, he looks good. And then I'm like, that dude, when you watch his training videos, like he's in his garage doing that. He's a world record holder in the indoor row, which means he's already got fast twitch up the yin yang. Dude's badass. And then he's deadlifting. I think I saw him do like 4 plates for like 800 reps or some shit like that. The dude is intense. And it's not because he's not eating rice. It's because when he gets in that gym to train, he turns up the intensity, which is why in his 50s, dude's jacked. Look at Stan Efferding. The guy's, he's getting up there in age and he's still getting jacked. I thought I saw him squatting 5 plates the other day. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, Guys, Mentzer was right all along. Now, I don't believe his methodology, the infrequent training and the but I do think there's something to be learned from it, but it's not my cup of tea, right? It's not my cup of tea, but I do think that when you're looking at making the best gains, you got to think to yourself, it is, get a gram of protein per pound of body weight, get about 0.5 gram per pound of body weight of fat, fill in the rest of your needs with carbohydrate, you're good. It's not like if I throw in an extra friggin' 2 bagels and fit that in your macronutrients instead of sourdough bread, you're magically going to gain more mass and more muscle and lose fat. It's not how it is. Well, you got to eat tilapia instead of chicken breast. It's not that. The more I look and the more I'm alive and the more I see this, the more I realize it's not old diet. It's 80% diet. It's not 80% diet. Tell you this, it's not 80% diet. It's 100% diet and 100% training. If you don't train hard enough, you're going to get shite results. If you don't eat well, you're going to get shite results. I'll tell you what though. I've seen more people eat and train like animals and get freaking good results versus people who eat really good. Like people who do every meal right, but they don't got that training component. When's the last time? I'll tell you this. Prison doesn't have what do people do in prison? Well, they have good genetics a lot of the time. There's going to be a population in the prison population with good genetics. Those people get crazy results. People act like everyone in prison is jacked. No, certain people in prison are jacked, just like certain people in Gen Pop are jacked. And usually those people are jacked in prison or in the yard all the time lifting instead of doing other activities. That's what they do. They're bored, they do push-ups. Then they go in the yard and they lift and they do whatever else they do in prison, right? But they're training, they're eating prison food. Right, like I had a buddy, my first training partner, his name was Marc. In Simi Valley, we trained together. And he spent 6 years in the pen. And he said he's just down like hard-boiled eggs when he could find them and this and that. He got pretty jacked. Didn't have the best genetics either. He just trained. He trained all day. He was in the pen. So I know that firsthand. I've known a lot of people who've gone to prison, came out jacked. And they're not giving them the perfect ratio of chicken and rice, bro. No. They're just training their balls off. And yes, there are other things that help, like steroids. Newsflash, steroids work. But I'm talking like, remember the people I brought up in the beginning? The Kurt Weiners, the Brian Whitakers. Those guys are natty AF. Like, they're militant natties. They're not even on the natty or not list, right? It's not like I'm bringing up Mike O'Hearn, right? I'm bringing up these guys. So you look at that. And I've known people on low-carb diets, high-carb diets, and the guys who get the best results aren't necessarily on that diet or this diet. They're on their training program. And the training program doesn't even matter. I've known people who trained Dorian style and got jacked. I've known people who trained Ronnie style. I've known people who've done CrossFit. But the thing is, what they had is that when they did a set, they put down their phone. They did a set. They went in on that damn set. Y'all sitting at the gym in your gosh darn pajama pants and Crocs, wondering why you ate every meal perfectly, every chicken and rice meal, every meal perfectly, and you're still not making gains you want to make. Think about intensity. Can you unlock that next level of intensity? Or are you going to continue to suck? I don't want you to suck. I want you to be great. I want to be great. So join me. Let's elevate our intensity and let's make some gains. All right, baby. Did I just call y'all? I don't say bait. All right, baby. I got in character there and it was really, really weird. But at the end of the day, man, if you don't like training hard and you're okay with subpar, well, I can't because my elbow hurts or my knee. My elbow fucking hurts every day. Mark, my elbow hurts. Should I take some time off? No, take the tampon out and lift the damn weight. Jesus Christ on a motorbike. You guys watch that guy on Instagram? It's hilarious. Forgot his name, but he goes over his reaction videos. He goes, oh, Jesus Christ on a motorbike. It's fucking hilarious. I love that guy. I forgot who he is. Comment down below if you know who he is, because I watch him all the time. I'm a huge fan. Oh, Jesus Christ on a... Oh, okay, enough. I'm going to piss off all my Christian friends here. So I'm sending out a newsletter multiple times a week or even every day. It's going to have deals. It's going to have articles. It's going to have exclusive stuff from me. The algorithm has not been good to me on YouTube, on Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe it's something I said. But anyway, go to marclobliner.com. It pops up. Put your email in there. That's all you have to do. You get all that stuff for free. So anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. Sorry for ranting. I really, really, really like training. And I noticed that sometimes I like to half-ass it in the gym. And then I put a switch on and I'll fuck around between sets. I will. I'm that guy. But once I lock into my set, like, man, it's like, this is the only analogy I know. I'm assuming some of you have had sex before, right? Like, if you're in the sex zone, like you're in the zone, you're like, I'm in the zone. Like, Arnold made that whole like correlation, right? Like, going to the gym is like coming, right? I'm not going to say that much because it's not even close to the same. But if you're locked in and you're focused on something, you're going to be better at it, right? Like if you're focused on your sexual partner, she's going to probably have a better time because you're paying attention to her, all the nooks and crannies and all those cool things you can do, all the Kama Sutra, whatever y'all do. Weight training is the exact same. The more attention to detail and attention to intensity you put on the given subject. Now, instead of making sweet love to your wife or your husband or whatever you like, okay, you're making sweet love to the weights, but it's a very, very, very intense and hateful love. It's like one of those grudge matches, right? But that's how you got to look at it. Put the phone down. I got to say it, man. Why the pajama pants? It's fine. If you get intense in pajama pants, you do that. Crocs, Jared Feather trains in Crocs. Not even mad at the Crocs. But you need to get to the gym. Stop using it as a social hour. Or if you use it as a social hour, just know that you're not going to make gains. But if you want to make gains, break off from your high school buddies, or your college buddies, or your drinking buddies. Get in the gym. Get with a partner who can push you like I got Bryce and Seamus, or get a good old-fashioned AirPod, pop it in there, put on some DMX, put on some old school Dre, Pac, whatever your flavor is, and get at it. All right, guys. Love y'all. Again, tigerfitness.com. That's my website. That's how I pay these bills. YouTube, I've never taken a dime from the YouTube channel. Go straight back into it. Straight back into it. So please, if you're buying anything, including Ghost Energy, go to tigerfitness.com. Also, this is what I take intra workout right now. It's Ambrosia Hydroglyph. This is a beautiful product, right? It's got branched chain amino acids. It's got essential amino acids, my HMB, Velocitol, and electrolytes. So not only does it help you prevent losing muscle during training, puts you in an anabolic environment. We have data now. I posted that a few weeks ago that branched amino acids actually lead to an insane amount of muscle gain and fat loss, according to the data I posted. But with Velocitol in it, also the aminos in here, and for 8 hours after your workout, it doubles the power of your protein amino acids. Anyway, it's Hydroglyph. Link down below, available at tigerfitness.com. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Love you guys. Please, please, please help support us, tigerfitness.com. And if you're ever in the Franklin, Tennessee area, please come by my gym. It's Legacy at Carbon. It's located within Carbon Performance. We're a youth performance facility. We also have adult classes as well. But I will give a shout out, the best gym in the world, Carbon Performance. Well, next to my Tiger Fitness gym in Ohio, but I'm biased, right? But I'll tell you, a bigger version of that with more equipment. Carbon Performance in Franklin, Tennessee is the Mecca. It's the greatest. And the owner, Brent, great guy, great people involved. And yeah, if you're ever in the Tennessee area, if you're ever in Nashville, I want you to take that 15-minute drive, skate on down to my hood, and please, please come in, text me first, go on Instagram, DM me. And I want to meet you. I want to meet everybody watching these videos, even the people who hate me, because if you met me, you might hate me more. You might actually love me. Or nobody's indifferent, okay? You're either going to hate me or love me, because I'm very up there. Like, I get intense. I'm a very intense individual. But you might catch me on one of those days where I'm in work mode, where I'm kind of like just focused. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? But usually I'm flying off of walls. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. That's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. So let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life, or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortals for you.